So how's everybody doing today? Today I'll be doing a movie review on Predator Badlands. I actually give the movie review a good 9.5 out of 10. I do believe that is one of the best top 3 live action Predators movie behind Aliens 2 and 1. For me this is more of a I won't invent any names, but what they do in story is definitely more emotionally built. You have a few characters actually that the entire thing was built off of. From Deck, the young Yautja protagonist, a runt of the crew, who tries to prove himself during a ritual of like his clan, and basically having an older brother that's like tough and loving. And as a response, you find that his journey in the spine is filled with him learning the value of what being a leader is, not just what being an authoritarian is. Thea is a damaged synthetic, like robot cyborg with emotions, given to learn how to manipulate people, and she becomes Deck's unlikely ally and mentor guide throughout the Badlands. Their bond reframes Predator lore when it comes to trust and compassion, and Ella Fanning actually plays her well. She's a bit annoying at first, but then she grows on you. So it's definitely one of those things where every character is built up for Dex, and they do rather well in being different. They all don't feel like the same character. Bud, the small creature companion, the furball, is actually played off as a comic relief, and he grows as a tactical asset. And ironically enough, he gives you the same idea of like Rocket and Groot, but he also has that. How would you say it? He's different in that you actually see a different alien, not just a cyborg and a predator and a monster. He's definitely an intelligent creature and young. Then we have Kiwi, which is the predator, who's a part of his rights, and his role connects him to the ship, the system, the ritual hierarchy, the clan stakes. And the father, a clan elder figure who symbolizes tradition in the way of Yautja expectations. He appears in both suit and voice, anchoring Deck's trial against the Kalisk and the clan honor. Then you have Drone Synth, an auxiliary synthetic presence tied to mission logistics and world building around human and the corporation that they're finding different animals and beasts and creatures in the world. And then you have the actual voice, Nod, Mu, Thur, and that's like the tech heritage, the ship computer voice presence that frames parts of the mission for the cyborgs. Then I will say like you have different species. So like for example, the main character is a Yautja, and he definitely does expand the idea that for predators it's cultural, but they have the capacity to be emotional. And then again for Thea, you understand that she was born to manipulate people, giving emotions to manipulate people, and then she chooses past it, compared to her sister who becomes her rival and then enemy. And then you have Bud's influence. Bud makes out to be cute, but in reality, he's definitely a lot more dangerous and threatening than he looks, which kind of centers around how they meet and their connection. So, for me personally, the best review I could give is that it's an Alien X Family movie. This one aims to straighten the hearts while leaving scars. It's the first time in a franchise that a Yautja isn't played off as a hero or a villain, but instead someone who is willing to learn outside of a culture that abandoned him. And not just through actions, but intimacy, culture, and language, you can start to feel a certain understanding that he isn't big enough or brutal enough or mean enough for his clan, but he's brave enough, and that film bets on it at the very end of the movie. Not only that, but you found family and tenderness between how Deck and Thea started and how he still retains who he is as a predator. He's just willing to make alterations from the fact that tradition wasn't built for him because of where he was in the clan. And as a response, the fight choreography was amazing. I love a lot of the makeshift weapons like the arrow and the bow, the combi sticks, the traps that flex like origami still. And then you had Deck's final duel, which is a spoiler. And I can definitely say the choreography respects the weight and cost of how you would do a fluid predator scene. And then you had the Kalisk, which the creature isn't just a boss, but like he's the embodiment of a living stamina and fear ingenuity. I think he was like the coolest character I had ever seen the Predator go up against. Simply for the fact that you just couldn't beat him. Like they really had to pull out everything. I would say Ella Fanning's threads and fragility and ferocity is her stillness and weapons. She almost felt a lot better at the end of the movie, and I wish that was kind of seen more. But I could say that like she definitely brought back the Riley robot, which makes her top 10 in my case. Overall, it's this Predator feels a lot more empathetic, more Logan than loud spectacle, more aliens in the way of camaraderie that carries you through the fights. The film believes that violence isn't meaning, choices are. And when Deck steps towards the instead of away, the franchise steps forward for him. And then I would go as far as to say what made it work is that you could read the fights, the space, the tempo, and the intent. You can see the lore of the Yautja language that's thrown all throughout the movie. The culture and the feel lived in, not just cool. The scenery was nice of Badlands. Not only that, but they made the alien world feel like an alien world, and everything felt alien. It didn't feel too human, outside of the emotional element. But I would say a good direct answer is as a Predator Alien X family movie with strong fight choreography, sharp weapons work, it delivers, it risks sincerity, and mostly wins. If you wanted only blood and trophies, it might frustrate. If you wanted meaning with your mayhem, it might be a favorite movie since Prey. And that's my take on it.